Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson where we're going to dive deeper into understanding price action, how price action develops, and how to identify high probability setups using price action rules. The very first step is the market structure analysis, and I can see that the structure is consolidation with slight bullish bias. Why the slight bullish bias? Every single major low is higher than the previous one, and the highs for the most part as well. So this gives me more of a bullish bias. Right now, as you can see, I'm also following shortened channels on this chart. I'm following the trend line rule. So right now, what I expect, this uptrend getting new extreme, and market almost created new high. Now, we have double top. Sometimes buyers will consider this enough, but right now, this is a double top. At this point when I was watching this, I was still expecting for price action to go back into trend range for breakout to fail. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to sell because I want to see the push below EMA and I felt second entry long due to the bullish bias. I don't want to pick top. Let's see what's going to happen. And this is changing everything. Notice the strong bullish momentum. Notice what's happening. This important key level, and by the way, you as a price action trader always make sure you're looking for your key levels. You don't have to look for tons of these insignificant key levels. Always look for the low of the day and high of the day important key level when you're doing your pre-market structure analysis, because these important key levels may come into play later on, and they're coming to play right now. The resistance is transforming into support. Breakout pullback. This is indicating that the buyers are stepping in the market once, twice, and we have very strong bullish momentum. EMA keeps holding as well, so there is a potential that right now we may evolve into bullish channel, because you can see how price action is reacting at this particular area. I don't think we can go long just yet, but shortly after we have high-low confirmation setup. We use high-low when something is wrong with the initial high probability setup or when the structure is a bit unclear. But the fact that EMA keeps holding again and we form high-low and confirm the initial second entry long, this is a good sign that the buyers are stepping into the market and we can take a first high probability setup. So you can see resistance transforming into support, strong bullish pressure, EMA keeps holding, combined with the high lows, indication that the market will go higher. We created a new extreme, the trend line rule played out, but price action keeps working higher. So I have to ask myself, why we continue work higher? So I'm looking for possible different channel, because after breaking new high, we have many smaller pushes to new extreme. A lot of time this means that the channel, stronger channel is developing. Can I go long? Not yet. Just because I have the channel, that doesn't mean I can just randomly buy. I want to buy a high probability setup in the form of a two-legged pullback at least, or confirmation setup. While I'm doing so, I'm drawing the short-term channels. There was only first entry long because I need to time my entry properly. So as long as this downtrend is in play, I cannot go long. You can see we also have congestion and we're below EMA. So I cannot go long. Only way for me to go long now is a push above EMA and high-low breakout pullback. Downtrend is new low, congestion, flat EMA in all these bars, 5 bars stacked right next to each other below EMA, no trade zone. I need to see push above EMA and a high-low. That didn't happen and market created new extreme. And price action continued trending above EMA. So right now I need to ask myself why we bounce at this area and why price action is trending higher. There's a chance this spike in a channel needs to get new high, or there can be bigger pattern. Why bigger pattern? Well, because if I'm going to take a look at the beginning of the structure, I have high lows in a geometric fashion. And price action allows you, that's the way how price action works, to look for this channel by using market geometry. So I can either select this channel, but our experience tells us that this channel is not the best. First of all, we already have possible overshoot, and we didn't really confirm it here. Why we didn't make it all the way down here? So if I'm gonna look for additional channel, let's say channel like this one fits much better. First two swings will sub the trend line. Third swing will confirm it. We confirmed it. We bounced above EMA, downtrend played out. So right now, this is giving me confirmation of the bullish bias. We transform into bullish trend. And by the way, as the price action is developing, you don't have that much information. You keep drawing the best channels you get at the time. With more price action, you're able to find the bigger, more solid channels. So right now, price action is breaking higher. Now we have high-low. Normally we would consider, problem is we broke below EMA. Okay, and this was quite significant push down. We can make a case for channel being possible wider, even though not really, we are breaking low. But the fact that you broke below EMA is a little bit concerning. The trade would have ended up working because you keep your stop loss one tick below the signal bar, but now we have failed second entry short, new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short, failure. We're not only counting for second entry long, but also for second entry shorts to fail because a lot of sellers are going to get trapped selling against the trend. So we're using the push above EMA, we're using the key entry point. This right here is a failed second entry short, also below EMA. So something you don't really like to see, but here we have important reason to trust it more. Another micro triple test, one bounce, second bounce, third bounce, and we can consider this as a decent high probability setup. A little bit more advanced because it didn't close fully above EMA, but if you're looking at a small support here, you can consider. Price action keeps working higher. So right now at this point, I'm definitely trusting this uptrend. This bounce confirmed it. This is a very strong push phase. So I keep it simple. I'm not contra trading. I'm not picking tops. I'm not buying far from the EMA because I'm not risking the pullback getting stopped out. My goal is to wait patiently for pullback to key entry point, the EMA, and take a high probability setup. So let's see if we can get it. Okay, I'm going to redraw the short and downtrend. We have second entry long, and this setup was quite tempting. Problem with this setup is we don't have that much room to these range highs, and this is not a strong trend just yet. Notice we transformed from a trend range. The bearish pullback is still quite strong. We started with weak uptrend, right now transferring into medium. So I don't like being so aggressive. This is not a horrible setup. I actually tried to take this setup myself with the deeper limit order, so I have room to get out before these highs. I didn't get filled because we already made it right here. I canceled the order. You know, if you took it, not a bad setup because the support is forming. It feels just a bit higher. You know, I can mark it more aggressive. Not such a bad setup, but you know, we're going a little bit sideways. The trend is only medium or about to develop into medium. So I want to buy low so I have room to get out before these highs. Okay, I have high low, but right now we're in the middle. We definitely don't have no room. Too much consolidation. I really don't like taking setup here. Okay, I was about to expect pull back to the downside. Not that I'm gonna sell, but I'm gonna be patient. But notice the next bar. Okay, and this is important because EMA not only held here, but held again. We broke lower, reversed back up, indicating strong bullish momentum. And notice we're buying at the bottom of this trend range, which means we have a lot of room to get out before reaching these highs. And this is what I like to see. And this is also micro new high, first entry long, second entry long, and multiple test. The support keeps holding strong. So we have two key entry points. The more key entry points I have in price action, the better. I have the support and I have the EMA. So this right here is the micro second entry long and what we call multiple test. I actually took this setup myself. Great tier 1 signal bar. You're buying low at the bottom of the trend range. Two key entry points, micro second entry long in an uptrend. I pretty much have to risk it. You have to ride this a little bit. The market continues working higher. Now I don't think we can take breakout pullback because this pullback is so tiny. We're in the middle of this channel, and because channel is not super strong, the bar is too big, we're buying too high. I really feel we need to wait a little bit more, be a little bit more patient. We have a second entry long, but my signal bar is doji below EMA. I cannot really take it. By the way, you can see your first second entry long would have ended up working every single time we place, according to rules, our stop loss one tick below the signal bar. Now we have another tempting setup because we have a new high, first entry long, second entry long. We have a high-low confirmation setup. And also, once again, we have small support forming. Problem is on my chart, the signal bar is very neutral, closing below EMA, so I didn't take it. But if you on your chart have a little bit stronger bar closing a little bit above, you can see price action is failing to break lower. The support is forming and more aggressive trader can consider. But on my chart, the signal bar is a very neutral and market continues working higher. I'm going to redraw short and downtrend. Okay, we keep working lower, so I'm going to redraw it even again a little bit wider. Doesn't really fit that well. I can draw either this or start from here, whatever to make me respect this downtrend. We're bouncing at the key entry point, which is good, but I cannot go long just yet. okay? There can be stronger second leg down. It's too much congestion. If I'm gonna go long, I want to see push above EMA, high low at minimum, at best, failed second entry short. And price action continues working higher, and this is exactly why we study price action and why price action is so powerful. That's the language of markets. It tells us everything we need to know. We were able to identify the key entry point very, very early, and notice it came back all the way down here, touched it to the very tick, and this is where all the smart traders are buying. This is where the correction phase will end. Correction phase, push phase, correction phase, push phase, correction phase, and a brand new push phase will start. This is why we're looking for key entry points. This is why we are looking to draw this channel so we can time it correctly. And we are looking for always setups around this key level or push above EMA and setups there. This time, unfortunately, we couldn't really take a long here because price action just rocketed higher. But next time there is going to be high low or failed second entry short. But this is why market geometry is real, and we're definitely looking for these important key levels because that's the way how market moves. So right now what I'm expecting is a pullback to the EMA in a second entry long format or different confirmation setup, and that's not happening. Okay, so I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to wait my turn, wait pullback to the EMA. Two-legged pullback second entry long is the setup I would like to see. Okay, we have a first entry long. Can we get a pullback second entry long? And we cannot. So it's a shame, but I don't really think we can justify taking this long. There's some small support which makes it good, but even the signal bar didn't really form that great. Unfortunately, we can't really take it. So you can see, even though we know what is the directional bias of the market, we still, if we want to follow the rules and remain consistent in the long run, we can't really break the rules. We can't just buy blindly, because next time you will buy blindly, you will get stopped out. So just be patient, wait for everything to align. We're correcting, we have a little break. We have a new high, first entry long, second entry long. We're below EMA, inside bar. I cannot take the second entry long. However, I'm thinking about push above EMA and a high-low confirmation setup. Can we get it? And we have almost high-low, but if I'm going to measure it, we form double top. Double top means I have to reset the count, basically treat it only as a first entry long. The body is very far from the EMA. Signal bar is neutral. Even had this been technical high-low, with this high being smaller, lower than this, even this would be way too aggressive, because far from the EMA with the body, doji, too far up, you're buying at the very high, let alone if this is double top, first entry long, you know, way more aggressive, borderline marking this. But you know, the trend is getting stronger and stronger, so you can take a chance, but it is a little bit more aggressive. Market really rocketed higher right now. So right now we have what we call overshoot, because we are breaking the trend channel line at the top. The market is getting overbought, so we can expect stronger momentum in the opposite direction. However, I don't think we can sell, because the trend was so strong. Even though you expect stronger pullback, you never know how many pushes are there's going to be. You never know if there's going to be a fake out. It's better to always let the pullback play out, especially when the trend is strong, than trying to be shorting the market right now. Market continues higher even after overshoot. And we can see there was a two-legged pullback, second entry long, but market is getting way too late, and I don't think we can take any setup right now. You can see all the buyers are taking profits to close the day. Very common. You can see how strong the uptrend was. You combine the overshoot and a lot of profit taking happening right before the close. Very clean structure today. The second part of the day had quite sketchy signal bars, which was a little bit concerning, because even though we know what the market may do, we don't really have the right opportunity to enter. Most of the setups happen in the first part of the day, but always make sure you draw the short-term channel so you can time your entry properly. You don't want to be buying too quickly while the downtrend is still in play. Make sure you're looking for these geometric formations of highs and lows so you can find the right key entry point, and always follow the trend. Don't try to think that the market is overdone, that the trend is too strong, it's been going for too long, it has to reverse. Don't try to move your stop loss if you're shorting. Always follow the trend. And even if you have overshoot, I mean, why risk it be selling when the trend is very, very strong? When the trend is weak, you can try to take a failed second entry long with the overshoot, When the trend is strong like this, eventually, it's always better just to follow the trend. So hope you had a good trading day. I'm gonna talk to you next time. Good luck with your trading.